It is time for December's Q&A, and thank you again to everyone who follows me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is up here, and you can follow me there because I always post an Insta story to request for questions every single month. So if you have a question, you can just put your question there. I'll pick it up, and every month we will do a Q&A. So I do have quite a few questions here. I think I have like 30, no, maybe like 20 questions. So let's get through them. First, from KK Loves CC, I know you have kind of crossed out the Lady Dior off your list. What about the micro one? Oh my gosh, it's growing on me. We did a luxury live show and mentioned it. It is super cute. They have not only the Lady Dior in micro size, they have like the saddlebag, which honestly in the micro size is kind of cute. It's kind of like a little kidney now, a little kidney. And there's also all the other bags, you know, even the Dior Montaigne, they have a micro bag. I would jump at it if the prices were more reasonable. It is actually really, really expensive because I guess it's made so well. You know, it's handmade and it's harder because it's smaller. So between the micro bag from Lady Dior or the Lady Dior micro bag, sorry, and say a Chanel micro bag, I feel like Chanel micro bag has a little bit more better value. Yeah, so the answer is no, but if the prices were more reasonable, it could be a yes. My own little Joyce, how are you? Merry Christmas with Fam Bam. Oh, thank you. Merry Christmas to you. I am doing really well. It's good to be home. It's good to see my mom, my dad, my husband, and then now my brother is back. So it's really good to be back, and I just feel, I don't know, I feel happier. Not to say like I'm really doing anything different, but yeah, it's just having people around. I really feel good. So I hope you're doing well as well. Miss Angela Wang, what do you think has changed in the luxury YouTube community versus 3 to 5 years ago? Ooh, interesting question. What has changed? Okay, so in terms of content, I feel like people are more interested in topic-driven content. So the luxury YouTube community is more interested in, you know, talking, learning, live streaming. It's that kind of change as compared to 3 to 5 years ago, where people were more searching for information. So luxury bag reviews were more the in thing and what's in my bag. So kind of like traditional, old school, classic kind of YouTube videos. So that is the kind of content. From a content perspective, the community has changed, but that also drives the luxury community as a whole. So last time we were more this community of sharing information. You know, we want to give you the positives, the negatives. But today, the community is more split. It's more opinionated, good and bad, right? In everything, there's always the grass is greener on the other side, right? There's always this side of, do you want to be so opinionated? You know, you could be hurting somebody. And at the same time, there's also the opinion of, it's okay to be opinionated. You know, you should be saying things like that because you need to get it out. So, you know, that is just the community as a whole. And in the luxury community, this has also been very apparent. I don't know. For me, it's just change. It's transformation. And I don't see it to be absolutely bad. But I do feel like there needs to be some boundaries to having kind of, you know, chats and live streams and talks and opinions be out there. Some things may not need to be said. Don't say it. Always be civil, always be nice. So it's definitely going in that direction from the content creator perspective as well as the viewers perspective. Viewers as well. It's, yeah, the community is a little bit more, it's tougher. Yeah, I think that's also a word to use. It's a tougher crowd right now. L Nguyen 24, Lady Dior bag small or Chanel mini top handle? Chanel mini top handle. Lin TPL, which one? Fashion file authentication or from a private authenticator? It's 50-50, especially if the private authenticator is very well established. But if I really had to pick one, I would go with Fashion File Authentication because they're a bigger company. And also, I believe they use technology right now to authenticate their items. So this is from my limited understanding, though I have used very good private authenticators as well. So like I said, it's a 50-50, but if I wanted to go for like, you know, a bit more established company size, they have their name, you know, their name and that training for the people, I think maybe fashion file would be just slightly better. Stanza 388, will you buy the Nano Speedy with adjustable removal strap? I wished for it, but now not sure. Interesting. The answer is yes for me. It is like, I really want to get it. So I've already sent out my, you know, fillers out to people, and I know in Singapore I'm trying to get one. If Malaysia comes back first, you know, who knows? Whichever. So yeah, I'm definitely getting one. I'm not sure why you are changing your mind. Kimyon92, you have 4 questions for me. In your vlog with you and your husband were in a sporty car, are you or him into luxury cars? We are not into luxury cars. Firstly, luxury cars in Malaysia are very, very expensive. They can cost as much as a house in Malaysia, so we can't afford a luxury car. Our car is kind of sporty-ish. It's not the best, but it's definitely one of those turbo models. What language do you speak with your husband? English. Sometimes Cantonese mixed in, but mainly English. Next, why don't you stack your Hermes CDC with your Love and JUC on a daily? Okay, 2 reasons. First, it looks totally different. The CDC is super elegant. It's slightly more feminine compared to my Love and my JUC, which are very industrial. They're kind of more rugged looking. So personally, I don't feel like they match. Second reason is my essay actually told me not to stack them together because of the first reason. It is more delicate, it's more refined, and not as industrial hard wearing as the Love and the Cartier. So putting it together would actually or could damage the CDCs. How many pieces is the perfect wrist stack in your opinion? 2, 3, or more? More the merrier, but if I had to go like the more, I like the perfect one that's not too much, not too little, I would go with 3. Tamina Mina Mia. Hi Kat, I wonder if buying luxury things has something to do with our self-worth. Interesting. Could be, you know, could be. There is definitely that element of esteem and that perceived self-worth and perceived confidence when you buy a luxury good. I'm not going to deny it. I definitely feel super bougie when I carry my Birkin bag or I carry my Chanel bag. I want to enjoy it for myself, but I do feel a little bit more like I've done well for myself. You know, I do feel a little pep in my step when I carry a very nice luxury bag with that luxury price point. I do. I do. But am I showing off? It's not that. I just feel like it's internal. So I definitely do feel like it's a little bit of self-worth and that extra boost. I do. I'm sure there are many people that do not feel this way, but I do feel like there could be some element to it. Pinky 1970, are you planning to visit Chanel or Hermes while you are in KL? I didn't plan to, but I might drop by Chanel. You know, now that you said it, I actually haven't visited Chanel or Hermes. I've gone to the few other stores in one of the Vlogmas. But yeah, I don't mind just dropping by Chanel and seeing what they have. Lux Monologue, you have 2 questions. Have you ever felt overwhelmed with your luxury items? I do sometimes. I do, of course. My collection has grown to a substantial size, and usually once it hits a size where I feel like, oh girl, that's way too much, I do start to look at my collection to see which one I need to let go so that I don't feel so overwhelmed. But I think with a lot of us, if we are collecting handbags up to a certain point, and that number could be 2, could be 3, could be 5, could be 20, could be 50, most of us will feel that that is that tipping point. There are some that do not feel it, which awesome for you, but I just think it's quite natural to feel overwhelmed. Not only with luxury things, it could be with anything. So yeah, I do. Your other question, if you could only get one bag for 2022, what would it be? Oh, I just spoke about this in a Lux Chit Chat while I was doing this makeup. If there was only one bag I could get next year, it would definitely be a Kelly, because I've been wishing it for it in the past few months towards the end of this year. So if that's the only bag that I can get next year, yeah, I would be very happy with that, just one bag. Vivi Star, what do you think about luxury rental business? Like you could rent a bag for a day, week, or month. I think it's a fabulous idea. Not everyone wants to buy a bag and keep it forever, especially if you're a fashionista, you want your bags to rotate a lot and change a lot, you want to go with the trends, or you have a tight budget but you still want to enjoy different bags and different experiences. So the luxury rental business to me is a fantastic idea. If I could rent a bag for a month, enjoy it, and if I like it at the end of that 1 month, I could buy it, or even just use the bag for a while to see if it fits my lifestyle. The thing about buying a luxury bag, it's all in that dream in your head of how I'm going to use it, how it's going to fit my life. You know, I think I'm going to use it here, use it there, and you dream about it for the longest time. And sometimes after you buy it and you start to use it in real life, it doesn't suit you, and then you're stuck with a very expensive bag, which you probably need to struggle to sell and make a loss. So this luxury rental business concept is fantastic for you to avoid such mistakes. M Love Lux. Hi Kat, if you already have your K25 Cellier, would you get another K25 Cellier, or will you go for the Retone? Interesting question. Let me get my K25 Cellier first, and then I will answer your question. If I love it so much, I would definitely go for another K25 Cellier. But if I don't, or I find that I would like variety, then I would go for the Retone. But yeah, right now you just have to wait a little bit for me to get the bag. Bag lover, what's your thoughts on the Chanel walk, please? It has definitely changed, and I think it's because of the times. When I first got my walk and I did a review about it, I wasn't super impressed. I didn't like the button closure. I didn't like the fact that it didn't fit a lot of my things. However, fast forward to today, a lot of things are in my phone. My bills, my credit card, my everything. Your trace together. Going in and out of the QR codes. Everything is in my phone, and I don't even need to carry any cards. Even my ID, I can take a photo of my ID and that would work as well, because people are just more digital today. So because of that, the walk is now better. It makes sense to have a smaller and smaller bag. I think it's a great idea now. And they have changed the snap button closure. It is now a magnetic closure, which they should have done it a long time ago, but they have done it now, so better late than never. It's simply you. Will you be getting the new Nano Speedy? A lot of people are coming to me for that Nano Speedy. The answer is yes! I really, really want to get it. Who Kimi, what's your favorite thing about being back in Malaysia? Family, of course, but I cannot deny that food is quite up there as the favorite thing to be back here for. I think you can even see in my face, I have been eating. I don't care. I'm just gonna enjoy everything that is put in front of me. I'm like, TCA Best 129. You have 2 questions for me. Do you think you would buy more or less luxury if you had kids? I think I would buy less luxury. Would it be absolutely no luxury? I don't think so, because I've been buying it for a while. But I feel like in the initial years, I would slow down a little bit and have my priorities readjusted. A little bit less. I do know some friends who made a little pause on their luxuries because, with the kid, they can't enjoy their luxuries anyway. But now the kid has grown up a little bit bigger, 2-3 years old, they're back in there. So I think it's something that you just love. Your hobbies do take a bit of a pause. And then once things are settled, when you get into a rhythm, kind of like kick them back on. What specs are you asking for your Kelly? So I do know that I want a Kelly 25 Cellier, so Epsom leather. I also want a color, so neutral would be great. That would be the safer bet. So like gold. I asked for Vert Amant. I don't know if I can get it. And I also looked for some gray colors, so we'll see. I'm not that particular about the color because I think Hermes does colors so well. But I don't want something like bright red because I know that's not me. Stella KP, you have 3 questions. Will you be traveling back home more often now? The answer is no, because even though we have the vaccinated travel lanes, it's still quite a hassle to travel up and down. The test between both countries, the quarantine, the waiting time. It will be a little bit better. It won't be a year, but often it's gonna be a little hard. I think my next trip back to Malaysia, just planning in my head, would be March or maybe April. If you could have a famous person on your show, who would it be? Oh my gosh, I would love to have Lisa Eldridge on our channel because makeup is my first love. I know she's not really like a luxury handbag lover, but you know, who knows, right? Who knows? But she's like, I love Lisa Eldridge. It's somebody like a superstar famous. Would be somebody like, who else would it be, you know? I don't know. I'm not that into like famous people actually, but Lisa Eldridge, I think yeah, Lisa Eldridge would be awesome. Where would you like to see the luxury live show go next year? Oh, good one. We would like to see the community grow more and have more interactions with members. I think in the past few months with the members, it's been really great. Like the members have just become this really tight-knit community, super supportive. I think non-members as well, but with the members, you can see this additional, I don't know, it's just amazing support. So I think we would love to see this grow bigger. And of course, with guests, we want to bring more guests in because having guests is so fun. It's, I don't know, the conversations are more colorful, they are more in-depth, they give so much more perspective. And not only guests that have existing YouTube channels or IGs, but just everyone else because, oh my gosh, the collections that everyone has, the mindset that everyone has is so much more real and realistic and just so interesting. So yeah, I think having guests that are more varied is super fun. That's why I feel like the member crew, you know, the Luxy community and the Luxy crew, it's been so interesting because these are real people just saying, this is my collection. I don't care what you YouTubers are saying, but this is what I like, this is what I want. And they are really changing our mindsets as well. So yeah, I think it's gonna be super fun next year. Final question from Sarah May X. Is the Lady Dior ever coming into your collection? Never say never, but right now it is never. So those are all the questions, and thank you again to everybody for sending them to me. Remember, if you want to ask me questions for January's Q&A, follow me on Instagram and follow my stories. I usually post them in the beginning of the year, and yeah, just pop your question there. It's on for 24 hours, and then we'll put them all together in a YouTube video. So if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell as well, and it will help me with my channel, and it'll keep you notified when the next video goes up. And yeah, what else do I want to say? Take care everyone, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!